So this is where I was. These buyers got induced, and when they were induced, they will always like come for the next level of retail to buy from, and this level of retail is from an order block. So this is the extreme order block, as they call it, and from here this is where they could be trapped, and as you can see, buyers were trapped inside here. So down here we took liquidity, price took out liquidity, it grabbed this liquidity, because as you can see, these buyers were induced. As they were induced, they were trapped. They were trapped inside here, and they bought. And you see this aggressive move down to the downside, taking all this liquidity. So as that liquidity is taken, we anticipate price to gravitate to the upside to take this liquidity up here. In the same way, when these traders, these retail traders were induced the buyers. The same way we sellers were induced, these induced sellers were induced. So we know that the highs are, the highs are traps. So this is a trap. This is a trap, and we will anticipate to take this high. So this is our target. So we know that this low is a liquidity block. This low, this 4-hour low has become a liquidity block, and we're gonna enter from here in the lower time frames. So we go into the 15-minute time frame. Want to look for entries. So as you can see, what happened, we found this liquidity block. So the highs, we know that the highs are false reactions. So this high, it is a false reaction. So we know that we have liquidity built at this high. So here we can see these induced buyers, this high. Let me first take these induced buyers. We had buyers got induced at that high, and what does that tell us? That the lows are going to be a trap. So where is the extreme order block? This is extreme order block, and it is going to be a buy trap. It is going to be a buy trap. So as you can see, retail traders are trapped here. They are trapped at that low. There is a BOS to the upside. And also BOS. So this move down, there are some retail traders who are induced sellers. So this is an early buy, inducing early buyers. Early buyers induced. So this move induces early buyers to the upside. And what does that tell us? That this low is going to be a trap. We trap retail below this. As you can see, this is where we trapped and had a false move to the upside. During London session, we moved to the upside. We consolidated inside this trap, inside this trap zone, or rather this retail trap zone inside here. So where we don't want to involve ourselves in. So this is a trap also. This is trapping bias that were induced at this high. So this is how we build liquidity. That's where we build liquidity. So this we take out this liquidity, and this becomes our liquidity block. This low becomes our liquidity block. This low becomes our liquidity block. As we all know, is that once we move below this low, and below this low, we took out liquidity. And at the same time, there were traders who were induced sellers. Sellers were induced. And where will they want to look for trades from? It is from the highs. So for us, we know that the highs are going to be a trap. Are going to be a trap. So here we move to the lower minute, to the lower time frame, which is the 5 minutes time frame, and look for our entry. So what you see is that sellers were induced. Sellers were induced, and this is where they were trapped. So this high, all the highs to the left are traps. So I want to see this high to be a trap, this high to be a trap. It also wants that this high to be a trap. So how will we involve ourselves in this trade? So here we see that we induce sellers and we trap them. Once we trap them, we go to this low. In the 1 minute time frame, this is a conspicuous low where traders were induced, and these are the buyers. So the buyers, early buyers, they are buying inside here. Early buyers. That's where they are buying from. You see this candle, buyers, and this next candle, boom, down, taking them out. But you know that this is our liquidity block. So we would want to involve ourselves in from this area and place our stop just below our liquidity block, and where our target will be. So we have this liquidity over here. We have this liquidity. So all these highs to the left. So this high, these highs, and also these highs, and we'll also have this high, and finally we have our target over here, up here. That's our overall single target. So we want like to take partials from this high. This is our partial and our final. And also we have this high up here. So our target will be at this high. This is where we take partials and we hold on to this high. Yeah. So this is a good one, targeting risk is with 11.5 pips and targeting 150 pips. It is a good 1 to 13. It is a good 1 to 13, which is a good trade. Good trade. You could also want to hold to this high up here, but for the sake of because you don't know like what's going to happen in the markets. So this is it. This is where we take our partials, and finally our final TP is up here. So that's it, guys, and this is the first one. These are the trade that you could want to have involved yourself in. So if you go to the next one, let's go to the next one. So you go back to the 4-hour and try to see if we had another one. So in the same way, this high had induced sellers over here. Induced sellers, and we know that we had liquidity below this low. Why? Buyers were induced and they were trapped there. Sorry for that. They were trapped there. So these are where sellers have taken out. Sellers taken out. So we take out sellers. Let's head to the 1 hour time frame. Into the 1 hour time frame. What do you actually see happen over here? Into the 1 hour. Into the 1 hour time frame. We induce early sellers, and this high, we know that it's going to be a false fall. And what happens is that they are taken out. The sellers, they are taken out. The early sellers are taken out, and more buyers induced, and they are taken out. Sellers induced, and they are taken out at this high. This is a trap because this low acted as a trap. They are also taken out once more. And where was it going to? We have this at this level up here. We had a liquidity block up here. So at this high we had a liquidity block. and price coming to this high. To take out liquidity. Once price took that liquidity, this high, once we took liquidity, this high became our liquidity block. This high became a liquidity block, so buyers were induced. So it induced buyers induced this move to the upside, induced buyers. And where do we see them being trapped at this low? At this low, this is where they're trapped, the buyers. So then we go to the lower time frames and see how we could have involved ourselves in this. This was Monday 27th, New York session. So we know that this is our liquidity block. This high is our liquidity block. So price comes here to this low, induce sellers. The lower time frame, we take them out. So we want to involve ourselves in this high. If we have a value gap, or rather an imbalance after our liquidity block, which is a plus for us. So where will we target? Our first target is this low, and our final target is this low. So this is where we could take our partials at this partialing and our final TP at this next low, because in the 4 hour we see that this is where we trapped, buyers were trapped at this level. Yeah, so this is our final TP. So this is a 1:2 ratio 17. As you can see, market moved all the way to the low, to this low, and that was our second trade that we could have involved ourselves in. Thank you.